Howdy fellas, your boy is back. This is the second game from the event I went to in Sydney recently. First game was a bye, last game was a 20-0 win. I talk about my list a little bit more in the last video, so if you're interested in me discussing that, check out the last video. So this game I was up against Infernal Dwarves. And my opponent had brought a Prophet on a small bull of Pyromancy, which is never good for demons. At least my Scourge was protected. He had a BSB on foot. He had a Witchcraft Adept. He had 30 Citadel Guard with pistols and spears and flaming banner. He had 2 units of Vassal Levies with spears, shields, and bows. He had 2 units of 3 Taruk Anointed. He had 2 units of 15 Immortals with great weapons. He had a rocket battery, 5 Vassal Cav, and the melee version of the Infernal Engine. As I said in the last video, I didn't really look at the list all that closely. And it being a live event, you don't really have as much time to prepare as like for the online events where you've got a week or so to figure out what's going on. So going into the game, I didn't really have a clear idea of how it would go. I liked the fact that the Scourge probably just beats the Infernal Engine, whereas everything else struggles. And because I'm much faster than them, I can probably manufacture that matchup. Plus, while the rocket battery is potentially a problem, if I can deal with that, the Scourge is basically immune to his magic, so I've got the 2 up against Flaming. And was sort of just thinking, because I knew that his BSB went into the units, one of the units of Immortals, sort of thinking the Omen can probably just go in, kill the champ, then kill the BSB, then kill the unit and be fine. And I was pretty much thinking that if I didn't lose too much to Pyromancy, and if I didn't lose too much to the rocket battery, it'd be really hard for my opponent to deal with how fast I am and how mobile I am. That was sort of just the vague ideas that I had. Oh, we go back to here. Okay. So as I said last report, this is my Omen, but he snapped off his stem before the first game even started. So unfortunately, he's just a base. This picture is like after my first turn. So I dropped everything to start. This is in fact in my opponent's turn. You can't see them, but on this right side, on a hill, and basically in a mirrored position to this guy with the Impassable on the right. So I've got a Threshing Engine on a hill, and I've got a Blazing Glory sort of sitting over here. This guy is out of their line of sight, so he's basically guarding that flank. I have my Imps set up where they can use their magic and their shooting because of volley fire. At just behind Matt's hand is where his Infernal Engine was. The Eidolons, I think they're in range to shoot at the Taruk Anointed, not at the War Machine, but my Wizard is there to do damage to the War Machine if I need to. Otherwise, I've basically just pushed up with everything fairly aggressively. So I've got good pressure coming down the flanks, and I've got like 2 Greater Demons coming up the middle, basically. The objective was, I'm pretty sure, 2 pennies. So one of them's out here, and I've actually got a unit of Lemures off screen going for that. Because pretty much what I figured is with a Blazing Glory here and with my Eidolons and damage magic here, I can deal with these Taruk Anointed. Sirens can probably deal with the Immortals at least enough to make it so that the combat threats I have over here will be able to win those Lemures the objective. That's basically what I was thinking over there. And then pretty much it was an idea of Greater Demons scaring and clearing the field here enough for my Myrmidons to at least contest this objective, particularly with good pressure coming from the right flank as well. So I again don't have many pictures, so we'll just see where we get to. Okay, so my opponent kind of shuffled around. We've got the lovely Eljana here, which was one of the highlights of the day. What I should say in this last picture, the rocket battery was behind Matt's hand, but in my turn 1 I killed it, which was like just, it was the sort of thing where it could just kill a greater demon if it got lucky, but now it's dead before it even shoots, so that's perfect. Matt sort of just shuffled around on this side, so I couldn't charge his Anointed because I was in their flank with the Blazing Glory, basically. I got... Oh, what happened here? Okay, so what has happened here is my Scourge has charged his engine after he pushed up. My Omen has charged an Immortal block with his BSB in it. Over here, he had the Unnatural Anointed. So if we go back, these guys. And I got a charge with both the Blazing Glory, because he was really close, and the Threshing engine to them, because it actually, with movement 10, was really doable, particularly with the reroll from the hill. So I think it was like an 18. And pretty much from the position they were in, I could get the Blazing Glory taking up 2 of them, and the Threshing engine overhanging, so that the Threshing engine could overrun into the flank of the Citadel Guard. I think I don't have to move in, I can do that. What have I done? I don't know where my Blazing Glory has gone, but he's over there somewhere. Maybe he's just behind this massive bulk of the War Mumak. He's back there somewhere, basically. So, like, at this point of the game, I'm feeling very good, because I've still got a strong command over on the left. Vassal Cav, which charged my... Oh, I think actually they chaffed me and I charged them with my Sirens. Killed them. It's going to be very hard for him to get over to this objective with what I've got going on the left. I expect his engine to be dead and my Scourge to be running free with nothing that can really threaten it. The Omen, I expected to clear these guys and then maybe even like back up and just try not to die to Pyromancy. And with the overrun into the Citadel Guard, I expected to do some damage. And I've got Myrmidons sort of who are probably going to support one of these greater demons to fight them later, even though the Threshing engine will probably die. In terms of what actually happened, so there's been a little bit. So, yeah, basically, Scourge killed engine. Omen killed like Champion and then is going to kill the BSB in the next turn. Or maybe there was a turn in between. I don't know. Myrmidons came in to finish off the Citadel Guard to help out the Omen and make sure he didn't take too many wounds to those Great Weapon guys. I did end up getting to charge. The Taruk Anointed failed the charge. I got my Blazing Glory into them and killed them. I think I didn't kill them, but I broke them. And ran them down. I think this is before we moved in, maybe. I don't know. So then Scourge came over to support the Threshing engine in this combat, which was basically meant that the Citadel Guard were pretty much done for. And yeah, I mean, basically, that's it. He's got his bull hiding over here somewhere. But there's not much else that's going to go on in this game. I'm going to clear up this Citadel Guard. I'm going to lose the Threshing engine. And then I'm pretty sure I sent my Omen over and cleared off... One, the Goblins ran away, and then I cleared off his general. So I think the Goblins actually charged these Sirens, and the Sirens just killed them. I managed to kill these Citadel Guard. I think I overran into them with the Blazing Glory. But yeah, another big 20-0 win, which was great. Story of this game, I think, was basically that, and Matt and I talked a little bit afterwards, where pretty much he needed to sort of castle up more and protect his flanks, because from that turn 1, I had that great pressure coming down the flanks, which meant that he couldn't really do anything about the 2 greater demons who were going to push up in the middle. He was probably too aggressive with his engine and with his block of Immortals. Also, Matt wasn't familiar with my army, so like there's a lot of things that I think he didn't really know. Like, I explained the army to him, but like it's one of those things where you're opponent explains their whole army, but you don't retain all that information. So he had an idea of what everything did, but then sort of like the Omen goes in and it's like, oh right, yeah, he just kills my characters and I'm stuffed. Right, okay. File that one away. Now I know what it does. So yeah, I mean, main story of the game is basically just probably deployment mistakes meant that the fact that I've got this fast rush list with some super strong single models, and he couldn't handle it. So yeah, in terms of the tournament, the buy was a 12-8, and then I got 2 20-0 wins. So I mean, it was only 5 people, but I won the day, which was good. Funnily, actually, even like if my buy had been 0, the 2 20s were enough to get me the win on the day, which was cool. I quite liked the demons. I found them quite fun to use. Like if you compare them to the last real life event that I went to with the block Warriors of the Dark Gods, I found these guys much more capable of engaging and taking risks in the game, basically. So I might play them a bit more. I still don't really want to travel with them because they're fragile. But if we've got more local events, I'll probably play more of these guys, particularly now that I've got, frankly, a better list. In terms of the event overall, like as I said, it was only 5 people who were there. The scene's really died down in Sydney recently, or like basically it was really, really strong before COVID, and then after COVID, I think people are not that interested, basically. Like, because it's not even that there are any restrictions or anything anymore. It just seems like people aren't, like some people have just stopped playing mostly, which is a shame. But it's also, we had a really good venue that was sort of in between 2 communities before, and that venue's now shut down. So it's harder for the people who are like 2 hours north of Sydney, rather than just travelling an hour to this in-between venue. Travelling 2 hours to get to Sydney is not as appealing. So it's a bit more difficult with everything post-COVID, but hopefully we'll get more people because it was a really good venue. Lots of space. I mean, that's all it really is. It was really cheap. So like the entry cost for the event was really low. So really it was just like it's a great place to hold events. So hopefully we'll have a few more there in the near future. And hopefully we'll get more people coming. Anyway, in terms of the channel, I have a online event that I'm currently playing with Beast Herds. It's a single event. I don't really know what else is going on after that. I don't really have any events on the horizon. So we'll see what happens. I probably won't release these. Normally I like upload these on the day that I record them. I might just wait a while because I had like 2.5 months off and then came back, uploaded 2 videos within 24 hours of each other. And maybe given that I don't have that much on in the future, I might just space these ones out a little bit more. But given that you're seeing this video now, that will mean nothing to you because it's already happened. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you next time.